Hey love, you got your heart on your sleeve, but the shirt on your back's a bit small. Hey you, yeah, your colors are changing, the world ain't half bad after all. Na 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 na.
Hi, my name is Maya and welcome to episode 4 of the Summer Knitting Journals. Yes, the couch is a mess. Today is Wednesday and I published the last episode on Monday, so I didn't film yesterday, which is not true because I filmed, but I didn't film the intro yesterday. It was absolute chaos. So many things to do, so little time. And one of the things I had to do was laundry, so I finally washed the quilt that's on my couch, as well as the cushion covers, all of that. Fun fact, the quilt and the cushion covers I sewed myself. It's the first time I tried to sew a quilt with my brand new sewing machine. It's beautiful, right? I mean, if this is the first episode you see, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you will see later in the episode. It's currently drying right here, just as 6 other laundries and also some of my knits because I finally washed a few knits and it's just absolute chaos. I have just so many things to do because tomorrow the Plume top / dress will be released and I have a ton of stuff to do to prepare for the release. Plus some stuff for the secret design, plus pattern writing work to do, plus editing the vlogs. It was a mess. So I absolutely didn't have the time to film the intro yesterday, but it's fine because thanks to the magic of editing, I will be able to put the footage I took yesterday night after this intro. For some reason, I just don't want to start the videos with B-roll. I don't know why. I did that in the past, so I'm not sure why I don't want to do it this year, but whatever, doesn't matter. So what I did, I worked a ton. I'm gonna take you through the to-do list stuff. But first, one of the things I did, it was actually Monday night, I finished the Olympic camisole. Wow! I used absolutely everything. The only yarn I have left, this much. It's a little bit of swatch. I used another bit of it to finish the bind off at the bottom. So as I said, I did just a tiny bit of ribbing. And then I usually do like a sewn bind off because I really love doing them. Hahowever, I'm short on time on everything, so I just didn't have the time to do that, so I did a normal bind off. And since I'm gonna wear this, I have a hair that's tickling my leg. Since I'm gonna wear this mostly tucked in, nobody's gonna see the bind off anyway, not even me, so I was like, it's okay, I can just do a normal bind off. I used the 4mm needle and I knit the rest of the top on 3mm. And I paid attention to be really, really loose, so it's fine. I tried it on, it's fitting perfectly. Now, there is one thing on this thing, because I started alternating skeins. I did say helical knitting. I don't do that. I really don't like the helical method where you have to offset by 3 stitches every time, especially for negativist garments, because then when you when the fabric stretches out over your body, you can really see the little floats, and I hate it. So I just changed color, changed the thread from inner of the ball to the outer of the same ball at the beginning of round. So you can see here, there's kind of a line of tighter stitches, and it's gonna be hard to show, but so there's the line of tighter stitches, but on each side there are loose stitches. So I'm gonna go with the needle and pick the extra slack of the stitches around to change of thread and move the extra slack into the stitches that are too tight in the middle because it's really bothering me. It might block out, but the loose stitches on the side, I really don't like them. So I'm gonna try to go back and pick the extra slack, which is gonna take more time than doing the sewn bind off on the bottom, but it's okay. Hopefully it's going to be worth it. So I haven't blocked it yet because obviously I need to do this before blocking it. But other than that, I have sewn the straps and woven in most of the ends except the ones from when I started and ended the alternating colors. But then it's done. So I used all the skein It was 107 grams. I have like 1 gram left here, but I'm just gonna add this to a magic knot ball with the sock yarn I have. And then I have used everything, which is great news. Very happy about that. Again, this yarn was gifted to me by Breathing Color Fiber. She hand-dyed this on her classic sock base, and it's the colorway Misty Mountain. And I got so many messages from people telling me this color is beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, it absolutely is. It's stunning. So yeah, definitely go and check out her website if you would like to get it. I don't have pudding. I'm very happy because, I mean, kind of a tiny bit here, but it's okay. So, very happy about that. As you can see here, I'm wearing another top with the variegated colorway hand-dyed yarn. I have 3 in total of summer tops in yarns like this. I have this one, I have a mini mock neck, and this one now. Love them. Amazing. Alright, that's it. Then I cast on something new because this one was finished and the Melon Hat, I don't know where it is, was still in kind of a work in progress stage. No, it was still in a stage where I needed to like write new instructions and take important designing decisions, so I just couldn't work on it on the go. So I cast on something kind of random. So this is with the leftover of the lila top I have been wearing for the past 3 episodes. So I had a little bit of yarn left, like 25 grams and a swatch. And I wanted to do like a hair accessory in lace. So I opened one of my Stitch Dictionaries book and I flipped it through the lace section, lace chapter, until I found something I liked, and then I cast on something. I'm just gonna put the instructions like on the Ravelry project page. I'm not gonna publish a pattern or anything with that. Basically, you cast on here with an I-cord. Can you see that? And then you pick up from the I-cord, and then you start the lace repeat, and you decrease on one side and increase on the other side, and it gives this this shape. It's looking really cute. I think I have used 1/3 of the yarn, so it's going to be 3 times this length, which is perfect. And it already has a beautiful drape. I'm very excited. I love it. I think I'm going to do this with all the 25 grams summer yarns leftovers I have, because it's really fun to knit. It goes really fast, and the result is like amazing. So stay tuned for more of those. Did I tell you what I'm wearing? No, it's the... no. I think it's the outline tank, I'm not 100% sure, by Jessie May, and the yarn is a classic sock by Olivia and Oliver Fibers, and the colorway is Cenote Ik Il. I don't know. It's pretty old, I really love it, but it's also really short. But I'm not wearing pants, so I'm not gonna show you. Now, I think that's all in the knitting things I wanted to tell you. I'm really rushed because I need to leave in not too long to give a private course, because I do that sometimes. It's for an old lady. She's like a really good knitter, but sometimes she struggles with the modern patterns and she just needs some help to read them out and maybe fix some mistakes. And she lives pretty far, so I'm gonna have to take the train, and I'm a bit stressed out because I want to tell you about so many things since I haven't filmed in 2 days. So yeah, I have my little list here. Let's talk to-do list again. I have done 600 laundries yesterday. I don't know if you'll get that, but in Switzerland, you have like, most of the time when you live in a building, you have shared laundry room with lots of different laundry machines. How do you call that? Washing machines. And each apartment has a dedicated day and a dedicated machine, and they can use that machine for that day. And for me, laundry day is on Tuesday, so I have to do everything on Tuesdays. So it's kind of stressful, which is why, yeah, the state of the... You cannot see it, but it's such a mess. I mean, you can kind of see behind me. So yeah, I did that yesterday. I did so many things for the Plume top release. I'm gonna show you afterwards, but I have... So this is my notebook, and I take notes like this for when I publish a design. And I have like a to-do list of small little steps I need to not forget about, because there's so many little things to remember when you publish a design. And I always have the same layout so that I know what task, I have kind of an overview of what I'm needing to do, because it's kind of the same every time. And yeah, I'm going to talk about that later again. But I also spent way too much time answering comments and mails and messages. That takes so much time. I need a community manager because it's almost a full-time job. I did an Instagram post, and so one of the things that also took time when I went through the comments is because in episode 3 I asked for recommendations of blenders, no, recipes to do with the blender, not blenders to do with the recipe. Because I just bought a new one and I wanted suggestions, and I got a lot of comments, so thank you so much. We are gonna try some of those later, but I have no ingredients, so I need to do grocery shopping, but as you know, I hate doing that. I wanted to go yesterday, but obviously didn't have the time. So I will try to go today. Not gonna happen either, so maybe tomorrow. But I don't have any fruits anymore, and I eat fruits in the morning. So this morning I was really sad because I didn't have anything. So I should really go later today. Maybe when I come home from the private course. I don't know, we'll have to see. Something else I need to buy. On Thursday night, so tomorrow night actually, I have a baby shower for a dear friend, childhood friend of mine. And I've been thinking for a while, I should really need something for her, right? And I just realized yesterday, wait a minute, it's in 2 days, I have nothing prepared. So I went on Ravelry, I checked a few options, like crochet, knitting, and then stuffy for children or something like that. And one of the first things that popped up was this thing. I think it's like Hexy Lovey or something like that. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted one of those kind of, how do you say doudou? A plushie for children. A doudou, that's how we call them in French. With like a piece of fabric and a little plushie in the center. I really wanted one like that, and I saw this one with a bee, and my name is Maya, and I was like, yes, of course, that's what I want to do. And it's crochet, so it's gonna go faster, and I haven't done crochet in a while, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. I just need to buy the cotton for that, because I of course don't have the right colors. So I'm gonna have to buy this when I come home from the private course, when I'm into town. So this is something else I need to do. And then I need to actually finish the thing before tomorrow night. But it should be doable. But I'm also right in the middle of a pattern release, so I'm not sure I'm gonna have the time. We will see. It's in the plans. What else did I wanted to say? My thumb is feeling better. Look, this one is fine. If that's not progress. And I can even hold things. Look at this, I'm holding my phone. It hurts a little bit, but at least I have some range of motion back, and I can grab things again, which is such an improvement. So yeah, it's feeling a lot better, and I have high hopes. Maybe on Saturday I will be able to climb. We'll have to see. But since I couldn't climb yesterday and the day before, I should have worked because I had so many things to do. But we decided to go to the pump track again because it's my whole personality now. So we did that yesterday. And yes, I did film. I think you're getting quite tired of seeing me at the pump track by now. I was wondering if the Venn diagram of knitters and people who like skating, like surf skating or skateboarding in general, even exists. Like, is there even people who are into those two hobbies aside from me? And I know there is Whistle and Thread on Instagram. She does awesome stuff in surf skates, and I really love watching her stories when she shows that. But she's the only person I know about that's into knitting and surf skating. So if you are, please let me know. You can just comment a skateboard emoji. I just want to know if anyone is enjoying the pump track content. Anyway, so yesterday I tried to film a little bit differently so that it's a bit more interesting for you to watch. So I will do some experimenting in the editing. But it's gonna be fun. We took some fun footage. So yeah, there's that. And tonight, there's the eclipse, at least in Europe. I need to blow my nose. Fun fact about me, my nose is running all the time, constantly. Summer, winter, spring, hay fever, not hay fever, cold, not cold. My nose is running all the time. Anyway, tonight is the eclipse, at least in Central Europe. It's gonna happen in the evening. I couldn't find any glasses, but I'm not even sure it's gonna be like we're gonna be able to see it because it's been pretty cloudy in the evenings these days. The weather forecast says it's gonna be fine, but yeah, I don't really know how it's gonna happen. The worst case scenario, I can watch to my phone. But yeah, other than that, we don't have glasses. So we're planning to go and see the eclipse tonight, eat out do something with some friends. We'll see if it happens or not. I don't know where or in what context, but that's the plan. And that's kind of it for what's coming up today and tomorrow. I will talk about the blender recipes you have given to me. If I manage to do the grocery shopping, I basically need to buy bananas because everyone told me you need to do shakers with bananas. I'm not a fan of bananas, so we'll see for that. But someone told me I can replace bananas with avocado, which is interesting, but whatever. More on that later. Right now, so I wanted to quickly go through my to-do list for the release, because I figured it might probably be interesting for you. So basically, every time I release a pattern, in the to-do list I have prepare the Ravelry project page, go through the comments and the feedbacks of the testers and do the edits on the pattern. That takes so much time. I try to do it like at least once during the testing process so that I don't have as much to do at the end. But I also get a lot of like final remarks in the feedback form that the testers fill right at the end of the test. In this case, it was Sunday, but I always give a few days of buffer so people are not stressed out. So I get the last feedbacks like yesterday or even this morning, I think. And it's usually very helpful feedback. Like somebody pointed out there was a mistake in the yoke depth in the chart. And I was like, absolutely. So thank you for that. So I had to recalculate those, send it again to my tech editor so that you could check. And I noticed a lot of people modified the length of the top, and I have made it cropped, but like more than half of the testers did it longer. So I added another option for full length in the pattern. And then someone else mentioned that the way I was saying repeat this instruction wasn't very clear, so I changed that in all the pattern. And yeah, stuff like that, and it takes a while. I also flipped the direction of the bust darts because I realized it was better if it's in the other direction, because I was doing shorter and shorter rows, but it fits better if they are longer and longer rows in the bust dart. So I had to change that, yeah. And many other things, so that took a while. Then I always add testers' pictures at the end of the pattern so that when you buy the pattern, you can just scroll to the end and have another vision of how the thing looks on other bodies than mine. Then I need to update the yarn estimates because testers give me how much yarn they have used, and sometimes I need to update the length I have suggested. Then I need to send the proofreading version to my tech editor, and this time I had to do a second round of edits, so that also took some time. Then I also need to add my, so I create Ravelry project pages for my samples so that you can refer to them when you click on the design, like you can see the projects that have been made, and mine need to be part of the list too. And I don't use Ravelry for my projects other than for my designs, which are most of my knitting anyway. But for example, I'm not going to do a Ravelry project page for this one. No, because it's my design. Actually, I am. For the lila top, I'm not going to do a Ravelry project because it's not my design, so I just don't care. But yeah, I need to do those too. I put in my list that I need to answer to the email of my tech editor, because when she gives me back her proofreading, I always forget to answer to her email, like just thanking her for her work. So I put that in the list so that I don't forget. Then I need to put up the links in the link tree I have on Instagram so that you can just click on the link tree and see the link directly to the pattern, either on Ravelry or on Payhip. Then I also need to create the product page on Payhip as well, because not everyone can use Ravelry. Then I need to create the pictures for the carousel that I publish on Instagram. So it's the one where with like the colored background and the text on top that explains like the general technical characteristics of the pattern, like sizing, how it fits, the construction, stuff like that. And then the yarn used, the needle used, all of that. So I need to create those pictures. Then I need to create the coupon codes on Ravelry and on Payhip. Then I need to prepare to write the post for the release. That takes a while. Then I need to export the PDF, and I need to do that on my old laptop because something doesn't work on my new one. And the old one, of course, is super old and it crashes all the time and it's super slow. So that's a whole task. Then that's when I finally publish the pattern. And there's a ton of stuff to do just for the publishing. So I need to activate the links on Linktree, change the product visibility on Payhip, enable the sales on Ravelry, enable the coupon codes on Ravelry, delete the sentence, the pattern will be published on X date on the front page of the pattern. Because that's what you can see, since the product page goes up before the pattern is actually available to buy, I add this little sentence at the beginning so that people know the product page is up, but you cannot buy the pattern yet. So I need to remove this sentence and not forget it. I need to do the post on Instagram. I need to send the email to the... So one thing I do, you may not know that because I never mention it, but if you apply for a test of mine and you don't get selected, you receive an extra discount when the pattern is released as a thank you for offering your time to test for me. So I need to send the extra discount to the people who applied but were not selected. And I need to do the stories on Instagram. And sometimes I also do a post on YouTube if I don't publish a video on that day. That's the to-do list. Usually it takes me the 3 days before release to do all of that. Every time I publish a design, that's what I have to do. So yeah, that's an insight into the designer's life. Now it is almost time for me to go. I really wanted to wash my hair. I don't know, maybe I have the time. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. So that's all I have to say for now. I think next time we talk to each other is when I have done the grocery shopping so that we can talk blender recipe.
Took a long time to know what I wanted, and now I do, and now I won't
Hi,
wait on
it's Thursday, beginning of the afternoon. Welcome back to my desk. I haven't left this place the whole morning. I've been working on the Plume top release. Everything's ready. I just have to press release. Considering pressing release is like 10 tasks in itself, but yeah, I think everything's ready. But I wanted to also get going on my, I think it's called the Lovey, so that I'm sure it's finished before I go to the baby shower tonight. In an ideal world, I would like to block it. Considering this is like sport DK weight cotton, if I soak it, even if I leave it in the sun, and it's 35 degrees out. I'm not sure it's gonna be dry by the time I leave, which is in like 3 hours. So yeah, whatever. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the fact that I couldn't buy the pattern because I don't know. On Ravelry, it's not working. It just says PayPal is not working at the moment. Try again later, something like that. And when I go to the website of the person, I add it to cart and I try to pay with PayPal and it says the merchant is blocked or something like that. And then I try with the bank card another payment option and I get the same message. So I don't know if this person is a scammer. I don't know. The patterns only have a few favorites on Ravelry, so they don't seem to be a very popular designer, which makes me think it's a bit weird that they have a website, but also not being successful on Ravelry doesn't mean you cannot be successful on other, like on your own personal website or maybe on Etsy or something. I don't really know what's happening, so I tried since yesterday night to buy the pattern, but I just couldn't. So I ended up just doing my own thing. I tried to find a tutorial to do 6-sided crochet granny square thing. And then when I made it to the edge, I just zoomed like crazy on the pictures that are available on Ravelry, which is bad, I know, but yeah, I just had the other lovey patterns I found, they just didn't really look as good. I didn't like them, so I did that. And you may also notice that in the original pattern, the inner side is white or cream, and then just the outer edge is yellow and black. When I was at the shop, I couldn't find again the pattern on my phone because I didn't remember the name of the pattern, and when you just look up like Be Lovey Ravelry on Google, you don't find this design because it's so not popular. So I couldn't find it, so I was like, okay, a bee is black, yellow, and I just remembered that the wings were white, so I was like, I need 3 colors. So I bought 2 of the yellow and 1 of the white, 1 of the black. Then I came back home and I looked at the picture and I was like, oh no, the inner part is supposed to be cream. So it was 4 colors after all, but I couldn't go back to buy different colors anyway, so I did the center in yellow since that's what I had the most of, and then I did 1 round with white and then black, yellow again, and I just started the final round, and this is complete like me trying to read the pattern from the pictures. I'm not excellent at crochet, but I'm good enough to recognize the stitches when I see them in a picture, and I think it's not too bad. Basically, I'm trying to have an edge here that's making kind of little bubbles, like you can see here. There's kind of a 3D effect, and I think it's working. It's definitely not exactly the same as in the pictures, especially the last round. I can see what's in the pictures is absolutely not what I'm doing, but it works, so yeah. However, I think I can make them pop even more than that, so I'm just gonna rip back this little bit here and do them a little bit tighter so that the little bump is a little bit bumpier. So I'm pretty happy. It's going fast, and hopefully, so if I only have 1 round left to do, I can maybe block this already on its own, and then I can find an amigurumi tutorial on YouTube to do a bee. That shouldn't be too hard to find. And then I can just attach the bee on top of that, maybe later, or I don't even know. Worst case scenario, I can block it at my friend's place. We are pretty close, close in terms of relation, so even if I show up with this, I gift it to her and then I say, can I block it at your place? It's gonna be fine. If anything, she's just gonna find it funny. So, this is going well, and I think I'm gonna finish this round. Maybe block it, maybe not. I struggle to take decisions, can you see? And then I'm gonna publish the Plume top / dress. And hopefully it's gonna go well.
It took a long time to find what I was looking for, but when it did, it all fit together. It took a long time to see what was in front of me.
Okay, very quickly, I need to leave in like 5 minutes. I finished this. It is almost dry, actually. It's been outside for like an hour, almost dry. Granted, I didn't soak it completely, as you saw, I just passed it through the water, but it was still like drenched, but it's almost dry. However, I am this far into the little bee, So I'm almost halfway there, but not completely. I haven't done the wings yet, and I don't know how I'm supposed to do them. I looked at the picture. I have kind of an idea, but I'm not sure. I will try to do that in the train. It's okay if I finish it when I'm there. And aside from that, the Plume top is now out. By the way, I'm wearing the dress. Look, how pretty. Wow, wow, cute. However, there was a problem in the publishing in the pattern. Someone wrote to me saying, hey, I think there's an issue with the yarn estimates because I calculated the yarn estimates with the white yarn I use for the white top, but in the pattern I give the grams estimate with pure silk by Knitting for Olive, and I forgot to convert. So the grams were for the white yarn and not for pure silk, so they were wrong for the top. For the dress it was correct. So I had to panic correct that and then send an update. There were already 26 people who had bought the pattern in like an hour or something. So yeah, it's going really, really well. Thank you so much. But also it was like super stressful because I knew the more I waited, the more people would get the update, and it's just super annoying when you start to look for how much yarn you need and then it ends up being wrong. So yeah, I really needed to be fast with that. So my bag is ready. I'm gonna go and finish this in the train, and I think that's it. Thank you for listening. Welcome to a new day. It is Friday and I am still just as stressed as the other days because I have too many things to do. But one thing after the other. First, I spent the morning editing the vlog and doing the second round of edits for the secret design. And my editor for that is going on holiday next week. So if she doesn't have the time to go through my edits today, then the test code is gonna be it's September. I really hope she has the time to answer today. We are almost there. It's just a few details, but I cannot do a test call if the pattern is not finished, right? So yeah, there's that. And then I edited the vlog. It only took 3 hours and a half. And I'm very proud of myself, even though I sound sarcastic. It's actually pretty good because usually it's more like 5 hours. I just have this little snippet, obviously, to add, and then the thumbnail, and then it's done. So this afternoon, Friday, you're gonna have this episode, if all goes well. But I also have other things to do, like I still haven't done the grocery shopping. And I'm leaving tonight for Mr. Tinks' place, because we have a friend, a climbing friend, that's currently in a road trip, maybe, something like that. She bought a van, basically, and she's roaming around in Europe, climbing everywhere where she can. And she just came back this week in Switzerland to like finish off a few administrative stuff. And we really wanted to hang out and we wanted to see each other during the eclipse night, but it didn't work out. So we're gonna see each other tonight. And it's really important because like after that she's leaving and I really want to see her, but my to-do list doesn't agree. So I have to leave at around 5:30, I think. My bag is not ready. We're probably gonna go climbing and I need to finish to prepare that. So for context, it is now 2 o'clock, a bit over 2 in the afternoon. So I need to leave in 3 hours and a half. I need to finish editing the vlog, which is gonna take more than an hour because I need to rewatch it back and the episode is like almost an hour long. Plus I do a few edits, so yeah, an hour. Then I need to publish it, of course, finish the thumbnail, all of that. So yesterday I published the Plume top. And the publishing was awesome. Thank you so much for your support. It went so well. Like, it is currently going so well. So I'm amazed. I really love it. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm so proud of this design. So I'm glad it come through and you people are enjoying it as much as me. I'm gonna show the testers version in the next podcast episode because I feel like it doesn't really belong in a vlog. So end of the month, I think. And I'm gonna tell you all the details about the pattern at this moment. But if you're curious, until then you can just click, I will put the link below. You can just go and check out the Ravelry product page. As well as probably on Instagram, I have a lot more pictures than here, if you're curious. But you can get it for 15% off with the code HAPPYPLUME until Sunday. So 3 days from now. The code works on Ravelry and on Payhip. So hope you enjoy. Now, I was saying, today I need to do the post for the testers version on Instagram. I do a carousel where I show all the testers versions, and then I need to share all the versions in my stories and also comment on all the posts they did because that's really important to me. But it takes ages, so it's gonna take an hour and a half, I think. I'm optimist. So we're already 2 hours and a half down and I only have 1 hour left. And I need to finish my bag, clean up my home, probably cast on the next thing that I'm gonna talk about later, and do the grocery shopping. So it is possible, but it's gonna be very tight. So I have to not make this snippet too long, otherwise it's gonna take me too long to edit. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, the blender thing is not gonna happen in this episode either. So many people are waiting on that. It kind of cracks me up. I'm now officially a knitter and I don't like cooking kind of content creator. But if I don't do the groceries, I don't have anything to blend, so I cannot use it. So anyway, it's gonna come in the next episode because I just didn't have the time to put myself, dive into this subject anyway. So next time. Now, I know some of you are gonna ask, my thumb is a bit better. It still hurts. I'm now at the stage where it's going really better every day is kind of over and I'm hitting a plateau and I think it's gonna be like that for a few weeks. I can hold stuff. Oh, this is a preview of what I'm gonna talk about next. I can hold stuff pretty okay, but if I have to really push with the thumb, if I need to push on a button or something, that really hurts. And tomorrow we wanted to go climb with my friend and Mr. Tinks, and I'm like, not sure this is a good idea, especially because I crocheted so much in the last 2 days for the bee thing, and crochet hurts. Of course it hurts because I'm just a lot more tense when I crochet, so it really didn't help, and I can tell it's actually a bit worse than yesterday and the day before because I used it too much. It's on me. But talking about the crochet thing, I finished it during the evening with my friends. By the way, I can tell you about this party. So the baby shower thing. It was awesome. It was great. I haven't seen this group of friends for a while because I kind of disappeared from all my friends group in the past few years because I was having a depression and I didn't want to see anyone. And I was just giving myself time to be better before I started seeing friends again. All the people I'm seeing are linked to climbing so that whenever I see those people I can just climb and not talk to them. And it just feels a lot more secure for me. But I decided it was time and I was ready to see those friends again. And it was awesome. They were just so cute. It was like I had never left. Aside from the fact that I did, I don't know how you say that, but I will give you the example. There was a girl, we knew each other since we were not kids, but teenagers. And I know her husband. So I asked, hey, how is your husband doing? And she was like, we divorced 1.5 years ago. Oopsie. So yeah, it's been really long since the last time I saw them. But she was really sweet, it was just fun. And in French we say mettre les pieds dans le plat, which is put your feet in the plate when you ask a question that's gonna make the other person uncomfortable. I don't know how you say that in English. If you do, please tell me. Anyway, it was fun. It was a good catch-up night, but also we just talked about everything and anything, and it was just a girls' night, and it was really great. And I was working on the crochet bee during the night, and the girls, not the ones that were having the baby and that was hosting us, but the other ones, they knew why I was knitting on the crocheting on the lovely thing, because I told her when we were coming to the place. But the girl that was having a baby. She didn't knew, and I was sitting next to her rocking on the crochet thing, and she like didn't care at all because she's just so used to seeing me knitting and crocheting stuff, even though we haven't seen each other in a while. She was like, oh yeah, it's just normal, she's just doing her things, it doesn't prevent her from participating in the conversation. It just completely went over her head. And at the end of the night I finished it just before we left. I wove in the last end, cut the last thread. I turned to my friend and I say, this is for you, it's for you, baby. And she was like, what? You spent the whole night doing that next to me and it was for me? Yeah, that was the plan. So it was really sweet. She was super happy because she did get curious about what I was doing. So she was so happy to see it was for her. The thing came out really great. It was really cute. I'm very proud of myself, especially considering I had to wing it. And I'm not as good in crochet as I am in knitting. So yeah, that was fun. Now, about my next cast on, because I don't have anything very big on my needles. I have the Melon Hat, as I told you, but I don't have the time, obviously, today before I leave, to solve the next thing I need to solve. And I have this, which is my kind of hair ribbon. I did a lot of progress. I finished the leftover ball, and then I started unraveling the swatch here. I'm still doing it. So I'm gonna do like this much more, and then it's gonna be done. And I have put in this bag this leftover, which is from my 30s top. And it's kind of the same yarn weight. It's also linen, and it's gonna be perfect to do one of those, and it's gonna match the 30s top. So I put that in the bag so that whenever I finish this one, I'm ready to cast on another one, and I don't have like run out of knitting. But this is just a small thing that I can take with me, but I would like something a bit bigger, and that's gonna take me a bit more time because this is not gonna be sufficient for the rest of the weekend. Because as I said, I leave tonight and I'm gonna come home probably tomorrow night or maybe even Sunday, end of the day. So yeah, I need something a bit more consistent. Can you say that? I have a few options. There is, of course, the wise option, which is the thing I need to do, and then there is the dopamine option, which is the thing I want to do. So let's start with the obligations that I should really do if I was doing things only in a perspective of efficiency for my business, I guess. Those are a few minis that a lovely viewer, Frauke, from Germany, she sent me. Those are non-superwash merino from a mill that is local to her, and she used those yarn to make a sweater, if I'm not mistaken, and she had some leftovers and she offered to send them to me so that she doesn't have leftovers and I have something to swatch with before I decide if I want to go forward with what I have in mind for those yarn or not, which is gonna be a very big colorwork sweater. Like, think those ski jumpers from the Olympics, like the old Dale from Norway type of jumper, the one from 1994, Lillehammer, stuff like that. I would like to make something like this, and I would love to use this yarn because it's very, very soft and they have great colors. So I just need to swatch, but to swatch I need to actually decide on a motif, which I haven't done at all. And I'm supposed to start designing this next week so that it's ready to go to test and gives enough time to the testers to test it for the date I would like to release it. That wasn't very clear. So I should be starting this, but I need some quiet time to decide on the motif, all of that, so it's not gonna happen before I leave. So this is gonna be pushed back for next week. What I could cast on is the melon cowl, because this is gonna take ages. This is a light fingering weight, almost lace weight. And in an ideal world, I would like to finish this before the photo shoot, which is gonna be beginning of September, I think the 8th of September, something like that. So I should cast it on now if I want to finish it without being too stressed out before the photo shoot. But there is something else I really want to cast on. That is not this. This is a beautiful skein of hand-spun yarn that I have spun a few months ago. And this fiber was gifted to me by the lovely viewer Nora, and she hand-dyed this for me. And it's just incredible, like so my colors, so my palette. And it has a lovely drape, and I only have like 300 meters or something. It's like a sport weight, kind of. I'm gonna put the link to the vlog where I spun this, so you can check it out if you want. So I would like to make a summer top, because it has a lovely drape. Battery is running out. I've been talking for 5 minutes and I didn't press record. So let me start again. I was saying, I don't remember where I left. I have a few criteria for this yarn. I want it to be, for the top I'm gonna do with this yarn, I want it to be positive ease because I'm not sure this is next to skin soft. And if it's a little bit itchy, it's gonna be better if it's positive ease. On top of that, it has a lovely drape, so I just want this to have drape and positive ease. That's it. But I'm gonna need more fabric for that because it's gonna be bigger. And since I only have one skein and it's 300 meters, I'm gonna have to be smart with my design decisions. I'm so hot that my hair are sticking to my back. It's kind of disgusting, so I'm gonna have to pull them up. I would like... So the best course of action would be to do something like I'm wearing right here. Okay. With a camisole with just straps and a v-neck so that I don't have to do fabric here and use up yarn to fill up this space. That would be the best thing. However, as you can see, I am currently struggling to not show everything in my décolleté. That's because of the mic, but also it's just because of the shape of my body and because my upper bust is bigger than my full bust, like everything just wants to drop whenever I lean forward. So I'm just more comfortable when I wear things that have a square neck, like a boat neck, square neck, whatever, however you want to call it. I'm just more comfortable that way. But if I do that, if I use yarn to fill up a space here in the front, I don't have enough yarn to do the same on the back, so I'm gonna have an open back, which I love. That's not a problem. However, if I do like straps, for example, let's imagine I do a lila top, the one I was wearing in the first episodes, but I remove the back. So I have the square front here, and then I have the straps that go all the way to the back. Then what happens is that I have more fabric on the front than on the back, obviously, which means the garment is heavier on the front than on the back, and then it just folds like this, and the back rides up, and then you have this very weird fit, and the thing just wants to like twist on its own and just fold to the front, and I really don't like that. The way to avoid this is to do a halter style strap neck, where instead of attaching the straps to the back, you would simply attach them to the back of the neck, and this is going to prevent the thing from falling forward under its own weight. So that's an option. And it kind of ends up looking like a Plume top, actually. So I did consider doing a Plume top, but only doing the front halter thing and then leaving the open back. And since it closes with a ribbon here, it doesn't change anything to the fit. I can just cast on stitches on the back. However, two things. First, the Plume top, if you look at the bottom, it has a scalloped shape like this, and it is going to happen on the back too. If I just cast on stitches and I go straight into the motif, it's going to do this. And that's not going to look good. So you cannot do an open back Plume top unless you do heavy shaping, but that's going to be very complicated. Secondly, the Plume top is for light fingering weight gauge. And trust me, if it was easy to modify it into a DK weight gauge, I would have done it in the pattern. I would have included the 2 gauge. But if I didn't, it's because it's not that easy at all. And since this is sport/DK weight, I can't just make a Plume top with this yarn. It's going to be too complicated. So I think I'm just going to do plain stockinette, but I'm going to stick to my idea of doing like halter style, kind of similar shaping to the Plume top, I guess, but without doing the lace motif. And instead of having a folded over stockinette neckline, I'm just going to do an I-cord, simple I-cord, so that I can just tie it on the back. And then I'm going to increase here on the sides, and when it's long enough, I'm just going to cast on stitches for the back and call it a day. And just knit until I'm out of yarn, so that I can use everything. Can you tell I'm much more interested in casting on this than the cowl? Even though this yarn is gorgeous and I really want to knit with it, I mean, nothing can beat my handspun. So, let's be honest, I'm probably gonna cast on this. Or maybe I'm gonna cast on both. Who knows? We'll have to see. But this is all I have to say for now, I think. Hopefully I'm gonna have enough time to finish everything, and I will see you in the next episode, which is gonna drop on Monday, I think. So again, a weekend of adventures ahead. I hope you're all looking forward to it just as much as me. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future content from me. Thank you for your support, thank you for your love, thank you for your comment, thank you for everything. Don't forget you can get the Plume top/dress pattern for 15% off with the code HAPPYPLUME until Sunday, end of day. And I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for being here. Happy knitting. I love you. Bye.
Na, na, na.